match is now officially a Judy Bagwell on a forklift match.
Broken, thankless, push you down, open.
What's up, everyone? My name is Hazel of the Root Bloom.
I'm Wastes.
Are you a swamp?
No, Wastes. Colorless mana, sir.
Okay. Ooh.
Don't you see this? Just absolutely just devoid of all color, of
Is it-
all...
Is it more bearable in the office tonight?
Oh, yeah, it's not terrible up here. I've had the AC going for a while, so it kind of kept it down. It is a balmy 74 degrees in here.
That's good.
It was 70 degrees 3 minutes ago, so the temperature is rising. But you know what else is rising? Those tensions that we saw at Oops All Bangers too. Hi, I'm Ethan.
You mean the one a year ago?
Yeah. They rose all the way to Oops All Bangers 3 that you just saw. Because 3 is greater than 2. You know how that works? The
Hey,
numbers.
Mama.
Hey, Kelly, tell your son happy birthday for us.
Tell my favorite autistic powered fuck machine hello and happy birthday. Yeah. So, yeah, Oops All Bangers 3. Again, I know I'm biased when I say this. Another overwhelming success for FU Wrestling. Genuinely, I can't think of a match on the card that was awful, which isn't something I can say about a lot of federations.
I can tell you a match on the card that was awful.
Was it the one you were in?
Yeah. I showed up as a paying. How do you come to an event as a paying ticket holder and end up in the match? Please explain that one to me.
I might be able to. Let me see if I can pull up the video from.
I don't know if I want to. I really don't want to relive it. I didn't have music. I had to go home and get my gear. My popcorn got ruined.
Your popcorn did get ruined. I got yelled at, though, because of you. I got yelled at by our fearless leader and boss because of you.
Why'd you get yelled at? He put me in a match. He's got some vendetta, not a Tommy, but some other kind of.
So right here, you know.
Right, the birthday boy is right here. Thank you, Thomas.
I remember being on a certain.
Yeah, it was. Look, there was a guy outside. He was selling tickets, and I said, "All right, what of it?"
Yo, so I was told when Ethan showed up because Ethan was booked. So Ethan, I need you to come into the ring real quick.
I wasn't.
He's booked when I'm not.
I'll hold that.
Okay, this
I'll
doesn't
hold
make
that.
any sense.
You take a microphone.
I didn't know. We're gonna figure it out.
You're a fucking idiot.
I am. We don't need to watch. We don't need to watch this any further. It's okay. We know what happened. We're good. We're good. We can cut that. We can cut it.
No.
I don't.
No.
I haven't been here to
I want the world to see how stupid you are.
I brought popcorn.
Here, we'll fast forward it a bit.
More importantly, everybody, let's take a minute. Let's show Thomas Bailey and his enormous bag of popcorn.
Look at the boss man over there to signal me down. Hey,
Look, I'm not. Listen. I just before anybody sees what's about to happen, I'm not proud of how I reacted to the news.
he just fucking walked in. He has a ticket.
Listen, baseball bats, tables.
I had to apologize to my co-host because of you.
He doesn't need my help.
Of course, the lovely Nick Green sitting with Thomas.
Hey, I see. I was so psyched out. I had no idea Nick was even there.
What? Okay, so I'm supposed to be in some kind of altercation tonight. I did not sign up.
Yeah, you're defending FU's honor against the idiot, punk, stupid, downriver rat trash guy.
Yeah, I don't see. Look, everybody. I apologize about how this went down. This wasn't me. This is not a representation of who I am as a person. I was hangry. And I hadn't got to finish my popcorn. I hadn't eaten yet that day. Things get put ahead of me. Look, and just I gotta be honest.
Hands on the ball.
Okay, and I understand that, but if you've watched the show for the last year and a half, you'll understand why.
Wait. I don't even have my gear. I have to go home and get my gear now? Thank you. Huh. Crazy. Good luck.
Chivalry does not die with Ethan.
Shout out to the lovely Annie O'Neill for holding my popcorn for me. I greatly appreciate that. Annie, you're a gem, and I can't wait to see you at whatever next show I'm going to see you at.
It's probably Divine, because I know I'm taking a sabbatical until then.
Yeah, I mean, I'll be at a couple of wrestling shows before that point. I'll be at King of the Kill for our friends over at Ruthless Pro Wrestling. And then I will be at Flow presents a Clash at the Beach too at Indiana Beach State Park or Indiana Beach Amusement Park in Monticello, Indiana, where Divine Women's Champion or Divine Champion. I'm not Women's Champion. There is no distinction here. This is the Divine Champion. Stella Buho is putting her title on the line against Leslie Michelle out of the Chicagoland region. So should be a fiery matchup. Those are where I will be before Divine.
Yes, I will be at home spending time with my family.
I am taking our child with us.
Which child?
Frio.
Oh. Good luck having to deal with him without me there.
It's okay. I've already told him he can play 2 Twisted songs and then chicken hunting.
Not dating game, though?
No, that's just it.
Dating
Literally,
game
those
is
are the...
Okay.
No,
Anyways,
those are the only
FU, Oops All Bangers 3 was a fantastic show. We kicked off with a fiery promo between Adam Wick and Maximilian, who, of course, were in the co-main event of the night. Ethan, do you remember what match actually kicked off the show? Because it was
Schwartzy and Big Jorge was the match that kicked off the show. From what I was told, I wasn't there. I had to go home and get my gear, but I heard about it.
Yes. So I walked by while that match was going on, and it was originally for the Chaos Pure Rules Championship, but Jorge did not want a wrestling match. He wanted to fight. So it was for the XICW Proving Ground Championship, which Schwartzy retained. And we moved right into one XICW champion to another. As DBA showed up to defend, he was originally supposed to take on Briar Wellington. Briar Wellington could not make it because he was at JCW.
Yep.
So, in his place, because also Eric Smalls was unable to make it, we had Tommy Vendetta versus DBA. And I thought it was a fun match. I really enjoyed it. And then we went into the aforementioned Chuck Stein. Oh, no, wait. After that, we went into Ray Larson versus Leela Hall. Ray Larson making her big return to FU after 11 months out. And she picked up the victory over Leela Hall in a very, very good match. Probably my favorite Ray Larson singles match I've seen.
I would say so.
Yeah,
it's very
you just
good.
got back in time.
I was back in time just enough to see the finish of that. I've rewatched the footage that you so graciously have lent me to. It was a very good match. It's probably top 3 favorite of Ray Larson's matches. And another great showing, even in a defeat for Leela Hall.
Yeah. Then we went into the big ticket of the show, which I have video of your entrance because it's important to showcase every person that was in this match.
Really?
That one was for me. Yeah. That one was for me.
Chuck Stein took on
Chuck,
all of these competitors.
The Green Kids. Then you said you're better than the entire For Us roster. And
I didn't have music because I didn't want to be there. Lovely lad there, Brandon Chappell, the Solution. El Noctumbulo is there. In a match with some fantastic folks, trust me. Absolutely fantastic people that I was in the match with.
And then this one's just for me, the lovely Jack Delaney.
Yep. Big shout out to Jack for repping the Divine.
Yes.
Also, hope the lad's shoulder's healing up pretty well.
Yes.
He was in a rough spot after the match, but I'm sure he's like what? He's like 19, 20. He's made of rubber. He'll bounce back.
Oh, yeah. There was 2 shoulder injuries in that match. Luckily, Thomas Rinke also recovered very well from the shoulder injury. They both seem to be okay now.
Yep, I'm glad about that.
And then the shocking finale of that match. You've been taken out of this match well.
I've been taken out of this match a couple of times, actually.
Staring Jeremiah right now. Jeremiah in the background.
No DQ.
There's no DQ.
Disqualification or Dairy Queen, neither one of them. We're probably going to get DMCA'd for the interruption.
It's okay. The lovely JD Davis, of course, ringside. I've hung out with Thomas's parents so much. It was nice to watch Thomas hang out with my dad for once. But yes, Chuck Stein won the 16-person Chuck Stein controversy title battle royale. Chuck Stein won, and then right after the match ended, it was announced that the controversial title will be a 24/7 rule.
It's going to be fantastic. I might actually take a swing at it this time. Who knows?
But then
That's
also,
not paying attention. Going to end up with somebody trying to pin him.
Briefly after that, an announcement was made. Thomas finally got his hands on the boss man.
Glad I wasn't the only one crawling around on the ground covered in popcorn that night. You should have seen the car this guy drove in, right?
Yeah,
Like I'm gonna be honest with you, it is one of those old timey milk trucks, like the flat nose and stuff on it. He got out. He got. This is the insane thing about the gentleman there, and I'm unsure of his name. I didn't want to ask.
It is the gentleman barbarian.
Okay, well let me tell you, he drove a milk truck to the place. I don't know if that's his day job. Suspenders off, took his shirt off, put his suspenders back on. Do you know how absolutely fucking insane you have to be to take your suspenders off, put your shirt back on, or put them back on after you take your shirt off? Fucking wild. Dude is mental.
We initially thought he got
clear of him.
We initially thought because someone's car got hit that they transported him in the U-Haul that hit the car.
I don't believe so. I don't think so. He actually stepped out of like a 1950s milk truck.
The video does not do him justice. That dude is gigantic, and he manhandled Thomas Bailey. Thomas Bailey, of course, was barred from the arena, but Jeremiah, being the gracious boss that he is, still gave the kid a match, and he got his ass kicked. Real bad.
Wild. Yes. I don't know why he would.
But then we went from, oh wait, no. I believe that was the, whatever. We'll move on to the next match, which the next match was was Jack Price versus Dean Hendricks. I'm going to be honest here. I have forgotten the third competitor's name. He was one of the gentlemen who traveled from California. Their match did not take place because the other 3 people did not make it. So he was inserted into this match, and I'm going to have to rewatch this match to learn the gentleman's name because it was a barn burner slap fight.
Yeah, I was recovering, so I apologize.
Yes. Dean Hendricks picked up the win in that. We'll have more on that in just a minute. But what we have more on right now is the 6-man tag team championships, the trios championships between the Kids Next Door and FUBK. FUBK, Jamal King did not make it. They needed to find a replacement. They found one. Let me make sure this is
FUBK, I have a proposition. Jamal doesn't seem to be here. here, not sure why, don't care. Let me inject a little chaos into this team. Let it be me! So that you regret deciding to open your damn mouth and keyboard! Get your ass over here, baby! Let's go!
You know what?
In a shocking turn of events, Kevin Calloway was added in as the third man for FUBK.
You know, sometimes it just happens. Like, how are you supposed to get around that, right? You just have to. You got to go with it.
And
hey, look at there he is. This man's draped in gold right now. Look at that.
Trying to find the right one because I've got so many fucking videos from that night.
He's got all of the videos from that night.
God damn it. It'd be easier if I labeled these, but
yeah, you know, it might be, but who
this
cares?
is it. This is a shocking ending.
My guys are in the ring. You did this yourself.
Xander trying to do anything to win, couldn't do it. But Kevin could.
Well, this video, Paul. There we go.
You good now?
Yeah. Hey, Dewey, I see you in the comments there.
And with that, we have new trios champions.
Hot Dog Dewey in the comments.
What's up, Dewey? Looking forward to seeing you at Horse Slam, the Motor City Deathmatch Peanut Butter Cup.
I will see Dewey before then at King of the Kill, I assume. And I did see him 2 weekends ago at Flophouse.
Nice.
Also, I gotta say something about this. I need a Jay Fields Kevin Calloway match, 1-on-1.
Dude, so at the outcome of that match, I've got the video of it. I will upload it to the On a Forklift Facebook page after the show so you can check it out. But it looks like at the next FU event, we will be getting Kevin Calloway versus Xander Bennett, which was set up. But there was a surprise person in attendance, Ethan, at FU. And I didn't know she was there until I was outside.
Who? Whomst was it?
Not a Forklift exclusive.
She was in a match. You know that, right?
Yeah. But not this bitch.
Damn, kid, you look beat up. Ricky, I'm not in the mood.
Those are her words, by the way.
You know,
She'll
it's
call
so
herself
funny,
that just
'cause
for
your
everybody
little buddy
watching.
Xander, you know, the one that's your
Didn't know
bestest
Ricky was
friend,
there.
You know, had the belt right in his hand and dropped it. You know, Rory, you were my bestest friend.
Yeah, and look where we are now. I wonder why that is, Ricky. You're jealous of me, and that's all there is to it. You want what I have, but you can't have it. You don't want to work as hard as I do.
I'm jealous of what, your lost title? I'm jealous of what, laying down on the mat? What am I jealous of? Because I'm not too jealous of a damn loser.
Okay, well, you're jealous of a 4-time champ. You're jealous of somebody who works every single day for what they have. You don't work for anything. You want everything to be handed to you, Ricky. But no one's going to give it to you.
Well, at Divine, you know, since you're so used to being on the mat, I think I'll just give you a run for your money and let you stay exactly where you're at, and that is the
That's real
bottom.
sinister, the stirring.
Mm-hmm.
Also, she has a cup outside. Is that I hope there's not alcohol in that. She could get picked up for public intoxication, and I don't want that to happen because then, I got to figure out another match. These two don't get to finish their unfinished business. It's not.
But Ricky Morris had a lot of choice words. I think she's just following Rory around to get in her head at this point. Because Rory at this point is taking loss after loss. And they've got a date in 29 days.
29 days? What happens in 29 days? I'm sorry, I couldn't.
Divine Season of Change.
Hey. Hold
we
on.
have a new flyer. I didn't get it uploaded. If you want to do that, that's cool.
I'm uploading that new flyer right now.
Yes, because we had a special announcement that we essentially told everyone at FU, and we have
we told everybody when I found out I have it. So hey, Billy Starks is at the show. If you're in Michigan or Ohio or somewhere in northeast Indiana, and you want to see Billy Starks wrestle in Michigan, which I don't think ever happens, you should come to this show because it's going to be really cool. And I don't know what match she's going to be in, but I can tell you that if you've never seen her wrestle in person, you should. And if you have, you know why you should come to the show. Yeah. So, and on top of that, anytime that you put somebody of a caliber of Billy Starks on a show, everybody else that's on the show takes notice of it and realizes that, hey, if somebody's here to see her, we're going to make sure they come back to see me. So watch for all of these exceptionally talented women to up their game.
Yes. And from that match, again, make sure you come to Divine to check out the conclusion of the Ricky Rory story, as they're finally going to get a one-on-one match against one another. We moved in to the Jamie Eternal's monster-size Monsters Ball.
Bro, do you have a video of the choke slam? I was alive, like conscious again to see that choke slam. Holy
but
shit.
Bro, I promise you, give me 1 second. I've got the whole match. I just gotta skip to it.
Because I've watched, so if anybody's seen the Spider match.
Let me see. Oh, it was on it was on what's his name? Oh. Yeah, there it is.
Oh yeah, this is. So.
Jeez. Absolutely.
That ring is amazing. Did you see the delayed reaction? It's almost like some kind of aerogel for that. Like he hit and then he stuck for a second. You know what it is? Spidey senses. So like in Spider-Man where he can stick to the wall, he must have stuck to the mat before the recoil let him up.
Now, Ethan, whose shoe is that? Because Jamie Eternal won. Jamie Eternal defeated 5 other men in an elimination match.
Oh, yes,
he's dead. LT!
Yeah, I know.
Stopping by! I ain't seen that motherfucking for 11 years or some shit.
Well, those, I was going to say, are some white Air Force Ones, possibly skate SPs.
Jamie Eternal's career ends. 1, 2, 3.
I feel like if he's going to really do this, he needs to go to the Black Forces. It's a little aggressive.
So, just so everyone knows, that match is all but confirmed. Jamie Eternal's career versus Dean Hendricks at the next FU show. So, we move on to the following match, which was the co-main event between Adam Wick and Maximilian. Maximilian won, if you want to call it that.
Did he though?
If you have seen the Shawn Michaels Triple H European title spot, that's what this was. It was a setup to let Max and Adam, for Adam and Max to let us know that they are aligned and they will not be fighting.
And none of us knew until now.
Mm-hmm. So Max retained, and then Ethan, do you remember which member of the SATs?
Joel.
Joel from the SATs came out and said, nah, not on the biggest show of the year. And they made it a triple threat match where, again, Maximilian came out on top.
That is the Joel, by the way, one half of the SATs, the Spanish announce team, the inventors of the Spanish fly.
Yes.
I feel like it's necessary that I get that in there.
Mm-hmm. Now, we moved into what is the biggest match in FU history. Heather Blue, Stella Buho, Max Rain, Ruthie J.
Big time.
Tables, ladders, and chairs. And your winner of this match.
It was supposed to be a cage match, and we couldn't find a cage fit through the door, but that's okay.
Heather Blue is the first FU women's champion.
It's a pretty good. That's for her not pulling the ceiling down. That is a pretty good picture. That is a
good on her, because we've seen Shane Mercer do it, and leave it to Max and Adam to come out and let everyone know that they're taking over.
Yeah, they are in this to win this, as they say, but they're starting from the top. So there is no started from the bottom. Now we hear it started from the top. Now y'all got to fucking climb the mountain to get us.
Yeah. And as we know, still going into Divine Season of Change, it will be Heather Blue, the FU Women's Champion, going up against Stella Buho, who currently holds 5 women's championships across the state of Michigan.
Heather is definitely looking to add a second belt to that collection, and we're going to see how that plays out. Now, here's the crazy thing. Like I said, before that point, so not only before that point does Stella have a title defense at Clash at the Beach too. Stella is a fighting champion, so she had actually let me know, and I hope I'm not spoiling anything that hasn't been said. Pro Wrestling All Stars, also a friend of the promotion of Divine. Stella Buho has demanded that she defend her belt there as well, so she's actually going to have 3 title defenses the weekend before she goes to Indiana. So I'm telling you, she's just racking up every single thing that she can do. Every one of these matches, she gains another piece of knowledge, and I feel like she's putting that towards making sure that Heather does not walk away with that belt.
Yeah, she doesn't want her to walk away with that belt.
So, I mean, owls created nests. Nests need things that make them happy. What makes her happy? Title belts.
Lots of title belts. I'm trying to get the rest of the women's card, the show card.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I can tell you all of the other things. So your main event for, you know what? Honestly, I have no idea how it's going to shake out. But anyway, are we moving into talking about Divine?
Yeah, we can talk about Divine, because I've got all 5 matches that we have right now.
Definitely only going to have 5 matches on this card. I can tell you that much.
Yes.
I'm currently, I've been in, I pull one up and we'll talk about it. We'll go from there. We've kind of already talked about
I want to talk about a story here.
Okay.
Before we go into it. I used to work for Best Buy. As a lot of people know, I worked in the cell phone industry for about 10 years. And my start working in cell phones was working at Best Buy underneath a gentleman named John Moores. And John Moores is genuinely one of the best bosses I've ever had. And I've been very fortunate in the world of wrestling to reconnect with John, because he and his daughter are big pro wrestling fans at Divine. He brings his daughter to every show. She's Stella Buho's #1 fan. Big shout out to Eleanor. We appreciate you. So I feel it's a full circle moment that my favorite sponsor, and I don't mean to play favoritisms here. Ethan, please pronounce that, because I don't want to butcher it.
It's okay. So follow me here, Clinton. Lucha Puerco is sponsoring
Divine Women's Wrestling.
And not gonna lie, I thought you were gonna say hardcore parkour for a minute.
Parkour. No, but they're sponsoring FU Wrestling. It's a full circle moment, showing how, like, no matter how insignificant a moment in your life seems like, it can come full circle. And getting to work again with my boss from Best Buy, who gave me a career in cell phones for 10 years, gave me an ability to provide for myself and eat. It goes a long way, and I'm super excited that he's going to be there and that he's helping us with this show.
Goes. Much appreciated. Definitely appreciated. I'm not going to lie to you. That is pretty freaking cool.
We've talked about it earlier in the show. Of course, we have Ricky Morris going up against Rory Shields.
Yep. Obviously, grudge match is going to happen between these two. Hopefully, they're going to settle this thing in the ring, especially after the events of the last Divine show, where there was a little bit of disrespect on Rory's part, using somebody very close to Ricky as an entrance to the ring. Yeah, that match kind of. You guys seen the video earlier.
You can check it out on our YouTube page. We uploaded Coffee Talk with Rory Shield and Ricky Morris versus Kenzie Black, as well as if you go back last week, you will see that we uploaded Leela Hall versus Randy West. Randy West, very dear friend of mine. I love her to death. Big shout out to Randy, Schwartzy, and Tommy. I love all you Darren McCarty motherfuckers.
Y'alls. And then we will go into, So, as it stands, the way that this match kind of developed is I had Junie come to me, and Junie's like, hey, I was on Divine. I'm the last 2 times I've been getting kind of beat up. And I said, yep, I know, but let's try to do what we can. So coming off of 2 losses, Junie's looking to get back on the winning side of things here. She said, find me opponents. She goes, but I don't want an easy win. I don't want scrubs. I don't want anything like that. She says, give me the best you can get me. So making a name for herself, Leela Feist is coming out of the Indiana area, and she is doing amazing things down there. There are huge matches that she's in, along with Carter Kaufman. They just happen to be pretty good friends that are able to work well together. So I said, Junie, here's the deal. Get me somebody that you feel comfortable working with. So right now she is scouring the landscape to find a partner for this match. And when she comes to me, I will approve it. I'm going to make sure it happens. And, we're going to get this match on. And I'm excited for the other 2 to make their Divine debut. I'm very excited. We have seen them before. We've seen them. They have wrestled in this area before at
they are on our channel. They are on our channel.
Yep, they've wrestled before at Metro Pro. And they made a pretty big impression on me at that point. And I'm like, you know what? They need to come into Divine. So I'm excited for that. That is the only tag team match on the card. So if you're a tag team wrestling specialist, or if you're somebody who enjoys tag team wrestling, that's going to be the match for you to watch.
Yeah, 2 big debuts in that match, possibly 3. We have no idea who Junie's bringing.
Yeah, I'm just, I told her, I said, find somebody.
She might keep that shit a mystery until the day of.
I hope not, because I want to know how much it's going to cost. You dropping bills on me. Hey, by the way, they've been on TV. They have a 3-letter organization. I'm like, who? It could be Billy Starks. We don't know. I don't know. They're both from Indiana, so I'm just saying.
As we go into a person who made their debut at the last show and currently a staple of Divine, we have Leela Hall going up against Kenzie Black. And if you were at the last show, you saw Leela Hall put up a great valiant effort against the 22-year vet Randy West, as Kenzie Black made her debut in a banging effort against Ricky Morris. Sorry, almost used a shoot name there. I had to stop myself from using shoot names. But Kenzie Black, we reached out to her. She loved her first stint at Divine. She wanted to come back and see if she can get herself in that win column. And Leela Hall, she's Wyandott's hometown girl.
Yeah, but she does need, after that match.
Like, can you run a show in Wyandotte and not put Leela Hall in it at this point?
I mean, you probably could. It's not a smart choice, but you probably could. But she is looking to get back into the win column. I mean, a loss against Randy West is a loss, but it's a loss regardless.
It's a respectable loss.
But still, you like to be on the winning side of that. So we've seen Leela with a little bit of a new attitude, kind of a chipper deal here in the last little bit. She had the match against Ray Larson, there at Grizzlies, and I think that she showed a lot of growth in that. And from a year ago, basically next month, when she made her debut, she has improved immensely. And I think Kenzie Black is more than a fair challenge for her. And I do think that Leela is going to give Kenzie a challenge that she's not used to. So it's going to be a good time. Come out and watch it. If you have never seen Kenzie Black wrestle, you're in for a treat there as well, especially if you're a fan of the more hardcore, brawler style fighters. She'll put the boots to somebody. That is for sure.
Anytime I see someone come out wearing a knee brace, I immediately feel like they're about to stomp a mud hole in someone's ass.
Somebody's getting stunnered.
Yes. We move into 2 debuts, and one is a very close friend of mine. We have Ray Larson making her debut, taking on Storm Garcon, making their debut as well. We reached out to Ray and asked, hey, we want you on Divine. She said yes immediately, and we asked her who she wanted. She gave us a list, and at the top of that list was Storm Garcon.
Yes, these two do have a history. They have had one match previously, and they are both very excited to reignite that.
They've had two because they wrestled in the tag team title match at Metro Pro Wrestling against one another.
Oh.
It was Kenzie James and Storm Garcon versus Heather Blue and Ray Larson for the tag belts. It is to this date the only match in MPW history where it is all women for the tag belts.
Yeah. My bad. I was not at that show. With that said, however, they're both very excited to bring this to us. Storm is a rising star on the scene. And if you're local here, Ray Larson, you know what she brings to the ring. You know she's going to continue to improve and put forth her best effort. And really, I mean, honestly, I'm hoping that everyone that comes to this show wants to make Divine their home promotion. That is the goal, is to have people fighting, like knocking down my inbox to get on this show. I want it to be the point. Right now, we got 5 matches. I want it to be the point where I have to turn people away, and not because I want to turn people away, but because I want to be able to say, I don't want to give you, hey, here's every dream matchup you've ever had. No, I want every show to have that dream matchup on it. And I truly believe that all of these ladies are going to put their best foot forward, and everyone is going to come out swinging, and you're going to see some of the best wrestling, period. Doesn't matter gender, doesn't matter any of that stuff. This is literally going to be some of the best wrestling that you see, flat out.
Yeah, and again, Storm Garcon, I've seen them so many times. They are a spectacle, and they are a delight to talk to. I enjoy their company so much. They are fantastic in and out of the ring, and a true example of how someone should hold themselves as a professional wrestler. And Ray Larson, flat out gonna say it. I think if you're a promoter and you don't see a place for Ray Larson on your cards, you're a fucking idiot. Plain and simple.
That's aggressive, but I'm not going to disagree. I'm just not going to use the same language.
Like, if you're the type of prick who looks at her and goes like, I have no place for you here, you have no business running a wrestling promotion.
And with that said, we'll move on and we'll talk a little bit about, we'll just show the graphic here for it. We do have the championship match. It is between Heather Blue and Stella Buho, your Divine Pro Wrestling champion. The Guardian Owl is exactly that. She is beloved. She's a role model. She's a merch mover in her own right, which we love to see. I cannot wait to see a crowd. What is it? Is a court of Owlivers out in the audience. I would absolutely love that. If you have, like, here's the thing. I do want to clarify this also, by the way, because this is an old poster. So down here where it says kids 6 and under $10, that is not the case. Kids 10 and under are $5 with the purchase of an adult ticket. So if you buy a GA ticket, your kid $5. If you got 3 kids with you, each kid is $5. Your ticket is still $15. That's $30 to get 4 people into a wrestling event. And it's a back to school special. This is the week that school's back, that most people are back in school. And we really want to cultivate that family atmosphere to it. So come out to the show. Let's get loud. Let's get rowdy. These women deserve it, and they're going to put on a show that you deserve to spend your money to see. So
yes. And to speak more on.
Oh, also, we have another sponsor too that we have to get in, and I'm going to make sure.
Let me first this, because this is a me thing. I wanted to sweeten the pot on tickets. So I have spoken with our lovely champion, and again, Stella, if you're listening, I can't begin to express how truly grateful I am that you are the champion of Divine. You're a champion that any promotion can be proud of. That's one. 2, I talked to Stella about paying her to allow me to make 100 trading cards for the first 100 people through the door. Stella looked at me and said, no, The trading card is awesome. I want that. Yes, as long as I can get one. So Stella will be the first Divine Wrestling trading card. The first the first 99 people through the door will get a Stella Buho trading card. I did speak to her about, autographs and everything like that, charging for it. So I don't know how that's going to be, but if you want to get the card autographed by her, I'll throw Ethan and I know are drowning in these things. So we'll make sure it is protected for the rest of its life when we get there.
Speak for yourself. I'm out of those right now.
We still got penny sleeves.
I got plenty of penny sleeves. And we do have, I want to say this because this one is near and dear to my heart. In the comments here, Kelly Bailey, her husband Josh, their son, their daughters, they have a business. It is Bailey's Bearded Dragons. And we're going to work on clear and sharpening that image up. But I am super stoked about them being able to sponsor Divine. They are a wrestling family. Trust me, we will get all of their stuff. You're going to see it all over. It's going to be on all of the flyers. But to me, both them and Lucha Puerco, you're the first two sponsors under our stewardship of the Divine name. And to top that off, just your family. And we appreciate everything that the Baileys do, not just for us, but for wrestling in general in the area. And if you are a lizard connoisseur, if you are a connoisseur of reptiles, please talk to them. They are very caring people. And I know how much they care about humans. I can only imagine that they care about animals even more than that, because animals are way cooler than humans.
So first of all, Kelly, we love you. Second of all, let me tell stories about Kelly, because I like to express how great we are. Kelly Bailey, my first experience with her was her wheeling in a wagon of 2 cases of bottled water and just a big old boxes of snacks from Costco to make sure that her babies were fed in the back. She is the epitome of wrestling mom in the coolest aspect. She's not like a soccer mom or a baseball mom that ruins the sport. She actively makes the environment better. Every wrestling show that I've ever been to that Kelly Bailey and Josh Bailey are there in the audience are some of my favorite shows. And I can't begin to express how much I know I care about them and how much love they've given me. And they treat
Don't you fucking cry right now.
They treat you and me like
you little
sons,
bitch.
man.
Don't you fucking cry.
Yeah.
Don't. No.
Like since day one, they have treated you and me like a son just because we hang out with her kid. That's all she needed to know about us, was that we're cool with Thomas. So obviously we're good people. So yeah, the Baileys, they're ride or die motherfuckers for the rest of my life. That's just it. If you've got a problem with them and you somehow make it through Josh Bailey and Thomas, you're not making it through the fucking army behind them.
So, man. You know what's really cool?
Yeah.
Sorry. We got to get on here and there you go. We got to get on here. We got to talk about all this really cool and fun stuff. So we're both on a certain Facebook group called Deathmatch Elite. And now Clint and I, we kind of owe a lot to Deathmatch. I can legitimately say this is how insane this is. And I want to talk about the good things.
I just want everyone to know that the Piss Jug Mike sticker is on my emotional support water bottle right next to another brother of ours, the Crust Lord.
I got to say this because this is basically, in a weird way, we owe Mike, and unfortunately he's no longer with us. We owe Mike nearly everything. So Jeremiah allowed us to come and hang out at the shows and do stuff and help with them and things like that. He kind of introduced us to Rachel from Horror Slam. And I went and worked a show. It was a non-deathmatch show with Rachel. It was a Truth Martini thing. And anyway, long story short, a couple of months after that, we got the call. Hey, can you guys live stream a show? We're idiots. We have no idea what we're doing. We said, sure, we can do it. We can do it. We can totally do it. So we show up, laptop, tripod. We got a phone that we're running StreamYard to. We're hotspotting from another. We're hotspotting from a phone to a phone and a phone to a laptop. We're in a building that has no cell phone service. Y'all ever been in Victory Gym? You know damn well it didn't have cell phone
Dude, we
service.
had 13 megabytes of download speed.
And at one point, we had 300 people around the world watching, which is fucking phenomenal, by the way. People in the UK, everybody. And they were all watching for Mike because Mike got to watch the show. Like, that was why we were there, was for him to be able to watch the show while he was at home. Now, we didn't know what he was dealing with. Shortly after that, I come to find out he was basically in the terminal stages of cancer, and it's really unfortunate that he's no longer with us. You can ask DBA, you can ask Ross, you can ask Chuck Stein, you can ask any of the local deathmatch guys and the worldwide deathmatch guys. They absolutely love the guy. He was one of the biggest personalities that you could possibly have.
Like when he passed away, Matt Cardona, Joey Janela, all of these like big guys in like the indie circuit and deathmatch wrestling, that was a hit. That was a hit to the deathmatch community. And then like Rachel reached out to us as soon as he passed and said, "Will you guys broadcast the Piss Jug Mike Memorial Show?" I still can't talk about that show without crying.
And so why I say we owe a lot to Mike is we were able to develop a relationship with Rachel. And from that point, if you guys know, Divine was owned and created by Rachel and Breyer. And they were generous enough that like when the opportunity became available and they realized that they had to focus their talents and efforts on Horror Slam, they knew how invested we are in the women's wrestling industry in the Michigan and beyond, that they came to me with the proposition. I was able to purchase the company from them, and now we're trying to steward it into newer and greater heights. Not to say they did anything wrong, but it's hard to focus your attention. Now, trust me, I'm finding it out. As you guys know, we haven't been on the air very often, but I'm finding out like how hard it is to focus the energy on two things. But I'm going to make it happen, alongside being a dad, life, stuff like that. So truthfully, I wouldn't own Divine if it wasn't for Mike. And Clint wouldn't be able to run the production side of it. And we wouldn't be able to interact with a lot of these. I mean, we'd still be doing this, but
our YouTube channel would be just videos of you and me sitting here.
And so that's a big shout out to them and everybody involved in it.
There would have been no interviews with Thomas Bailey and Xander Bennett. There would have been no Preston Riker coming on here to unveil his action figure line. There'd be no Tango Jones on the channel. None of that shit. We would just be two dudes who would have given up on this shit by now.
So what I wanted to say with that is that's the super positive stuff that needs to be focused on.
Ethan chipped out
there. I know a lot of people that we're friends with are on it, whether you're Frio, Ross, Riley, everybody. The stuff that's going on there, don't focus on that. There's a lot of good things that happen in that. GCW just announced a buttload more of shows. They do some deathmatch stuff. Now, I know it's not all deathmatch like those guys want. ICW NHB is coming back. They're doing shows across the pond. They have a show in Detroit in December. There's a lot of good stuff. So don't.
The rumor that Bound for Glory is going to be running in Detroit this year.
Yeah, there's. I mean, that's basically confirmed. But there's a lot of good stuff that's happening. Don't let the negative deter you from all of the positive things that are out there. And I'm not even going to go into details with what it is. Just know that, like, sometimes people in a position like we're in, there's another podcast out there that's relatively big on that channel. But people that are in a position like that, they can cause problems. They can let their position get to their head, and they like to talk out of their ass a lot. And I feel safe in saying that because me personally, I'd go toe to toe with the guy. But right now, this isn't about me. This is about cherishing things like that people like Mike brought around. So, look at all of the good, praise the good, remember the good, and enjoy it while it's there, because we don't know if it's going to be there the next day. Like with Mike, a lot of the stuff happened very quickly, succumbed to it very quickly. People didn't know he was sick. He didn't know he was sick, really. And so from one day to the next, just enjoy the really good things about life and just drop most of the bullshit. Obviously, you have to care for your neighbor. You have to worry about, like, social issues and things like that, and that's fine. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about petty fucking squabbles. Don't squabble. don't fucking squabble about shit. If somebody if you disagree with something that somebody says or the way somebody lives their life, and, you know, and it's one of those things where it's like, you know, you like pineapple on pizza and somebody else doesn't, fucking don't argue about that shit.
Like, dude, I just got to have a great experience this past Sunday with the Steele brothers. You know, Cannonball, and then Kevin Calloway, you know, and a bunch of other wrestling people. We just played Rocket League for charity. And
you know, you guys played Rocket League. I fucking love Rocket League.
We played the shit out of Rocket League. Kevin just kept fucking with all the rules and shit. I have the video of all of us playing. It's being edited for a super secret project that I'm working on with 2 other wrestlers.
That's fucking cross-platform. I could have played that with you.
Yeah, we played the shit out of it. So
I'm really good at Rocket League.
Like Kevin decided, you know, it'd be fun. Let's turn on instant destruction for collisions and never turn off boost. So while everyone else, because we had 7 people, so it was essentially 3v3, and then me playing the deathmatch wrecking ball of the whole game, where I just didn't let off the boost button and just tried my best to hit as many destructions as I could. It was a good time. And we get to do great things like that. I get to fucking hang out with, like, Annie. I fucking love Annie. I never would have met Annie if it wasn't for wrestling. I get to hang out with her and host a pre-show with her and Maximilian. I could tell the story about Gigi Jacobs this week on, like, our buddy Gigi Jacobs. He got his Facebook account hacked, and the hacker tried messaging me, and Ethan and I knew right away that it wasn't Gigi for one single thing. He didn't call me baby doll.
Yeah, if you know Gigi, it's, ooh, baby doll, how are you doing? And
yes.
And he
like, the guy could have gone through all of our messages from the past and seen that he says, a baby doll, to kick off everything with us. So I responded, I'm not going to give anyone the answer to this question. But there are a few select people. I have, like, a security question with almost everyone I know, that the only person who is going to know the answer is that person and maybe a few others who are in on the joke. Ethan knows the story, and we've told the story on this show, and the guy could not give me the answer. So then he ended up blocking me. So, like, cool shit like that. I love Max. Max and I, we purposely take Horror Slam shows off so we can go hang out at Horror Slam together and just get baked and watch wrestling together, because it's the only time that we get to really sit down and enjoy wrestling live anymore. And I want to give all the credit in the world to Rachel. I do. I hear everything that everyone says about her, and I know she does too. But my experience with Rachel has been nothing but positive. And I understand that the woman is a stress ball, and she even jokes about it. But the woman is a fucking machine. And I do genuinely have a lot of love for Rachel. If you've got your own personal issues with her, okay. But I've had nothing but good experience with Rachel. And I know my brother has too. Horse slams are stressful, but they are so much fucking fun. I can't recommend them enough. It's the best deathmatch game in town. If you live in the Westland, Livonia, Canton, Dearborn, Novi area. Even if you live in Ohio, drive up for it.
I'm tired. It's been an exhausting week. I know it's Thursday, guys. Like you don't.
I know. I'm sitting, dude. I'm
also,
sitting here.
We're almost at an hour.
I know, and I'm building 2 decks right now.
2 decks.
Yeah,
2 decks.
I've got my otter deck that I'm building.
Oh, I have a Hollow Plains from Bloomborough for you.
Fuck yeah. And then, of course, Ethan got to experience this card during SummerSlam weekend.
You did. But you also decided that you were going to take out my Alexios. Otherwise, we could have just knocked Neil off real quick.
Me personally, I will not be at any shows until Divine. I miss my girlfriend and my cat, and I would like to spend some time with them. My girlfriend is actually getting the kitchen ready for us to play Magic after we finish the show.
Yeah, I will not be at any shows this weekend or next weekend, but then the next 3 weekends after that, I will be, as previously mentioned, I will be at King of the Kill on August 24th. On August 31st, I will be in Monticello, Indiana, at Indiana Beach Amusement Park for our partner promotion, or sister promotion, Flow, the Fantastic League of Wrestling. In Divine has a match there. It's the first women's match in Flow history, and it is Stella Buho taking on Leslie Michelle for the Divine Women's Championship. And then the week after that is Divine, and then I'm gonna sleep for 4 weeks.
And one thing before we go, Ethan and I did go to a card show this past Sunday. It was fucking rad. I enjoyed it. I know he did. I picked up a few cards for my deck, which people will experience soon. But the people I really want to give a big shout out to are the 8th side. Really cool, laid back dudes, very big fans of wrestling, hooked me up with a collector's pack for Bloomborough, which I pulled a full art Maha out of it. I'm pretty fucking stoked on that. They just announced that they have another Flophouse show coming to their parking lot.
September 22nd. It was Enter the Serpent or something like that.
Yes, and I can tell you the last time that I went to Flophouse, it's the whole reason we're all playing Magic now. Because I walked in there and the dudes behind the desk sold me a deck. And then now I'm heading down there tomorrow because the dudes there are really cool. I got in contact with them. They found a bunch of the singles that I needed to finally complete my Squirrel of Death deck. And I'm going to go see them, and they're fucking rad people. And I just wanted to give a big shout out to them.
Oh, yes. ACIW is tomorrow. Tommy Vendetta's taking out Silas Young. I believe that's the match.
Yes,
so
and then Saturday the 23rd is another Flophouse event.
Bad motherfucker.
Bad motherfucker. I will not be at that one because it's far away.
It is.
Is that
really...
one far away? Or is
no.
it that one? That one right next to your place?
That's the one that's like that's like 20 minutes from my house.
I'll put in for the day off now so I can go to that.
You can go to that. I'm busy that day. I will be at the show the next.
I'm a Schwartzy guy. I love that dude.
That's a Friday. That's a Friday night. So
if it's a Friday, I definitely can go.
Yeah, it's a Friday night.
Yeah, Schwartzy's my guy. I love him very, very much. Him and Randy have been nothing but good to me.
I have a little quiz that we can play. Because we have not done one of these. It is Yu-Gi-Oh! Or Magic, I believe is the name of this. Yes.
Bro,
get the picture. Magic or Yu-Gi-Oh! It's 16. Late? It's 16 questions.
Send it to me.
Oh, I'm just sharing. Yep. So I don't know. We just have to determine if so Ancestral Recall. What is this from? I'm pretty sure that's a Magic card because I ain't never heard of that shit in Yu-Gi-Oh! Soul Ring, that's
magic.
Pot of Greed.
Yeah, banned.
I summoned my Pot of Greed and draw 2 cards. You don't summon anything. That's Magic.
That's in your deck. Lightning Bolt.
That's Magic as well.
That also could be Yu-Gi-Oh! I remember a Lightning.
I'm pretty sure that's Magic. Dark Magician's Yu-Gi-Oh!
Mm-hmm.
Force of Will. Ooh. Is there not a both option? Doomblade. I think that's Magic. Yeah.
Okay, we got that right.
Obelisk, that's Yu-Gi-Oh! Chandra Nalar, that's Magic all fucking day.
Yes.
Primeval Titan, that sounds like Magic too. It's like they put no Yu-Gi-Oh! Stuff in here. That's Yu-Gi-Oh!
Well, that's Yu-Gi-Oh!
That's Yu-Gi-Oh! Dave! Dave!
Yu-Gi-Oh!
That's Yu-Gi-Oh! It's all on the back end. I'm going to go Magic. I win it on.
Hey. It's been a very positive episode.
I had to see. I just had to say. I was like, we haven't done a Sporkle in a minute, and yeah, why not? So, thanks everybody for popping on. We're basically right at an hour. Look at that, nice tight hour. I can go back to playing Cat Quest.
Oh yeah, Pussy Quest 3 came out. Have you gotten to the Puss Fields? Are you sailing?
There's no Puss Fields. You are a pirate.
But is there the Pussy?
No, you're in the Caribbean.
That's
And it's Pavana, like Havana, but it's Pavana.
That's so cute. I love it. I'm gonna
It's
cry.
so good. It's
Cry.
so good.
All right. We're gonna sign off from there. He's gonna go hang out with his wife. I'm gonna go hang out with my future wife. We love you, Judy. Y'all have a good night.